what scenarios might a mixed couple face in all these situations? Because I can imagine there can be many.
Exactly. And depending on the scenario that you're faced with, and this is something particular to mixed couples, one partner may have more of an advantage versus the other. So if you're an expat and you move because of work, that's one scenario. But if you are emigrating, that's quite a different one. If you are looking for a better future, if you have to leave your country of origin because of the political situation in the country, you come in the country a lot different, right? So that's one. Those are two that you can be faced with. The other one is, are we starting our relationship off online? Maybe I've only known you through social media, and then you need to match the words with the actions. And if you think about falling in love, you can have a very ideal image of someone when you are actually seeing them online. Imagine then starting to make a life together. It already is a challenge to move in together with someone, but if you go from online to later on moving in together because you finally can make it to live in a similar country, well...
So here you are talking about a very interesting point, which is about meeting someone online. And as we said at the beginning, now in this globalization world, and especially because of the internet, this is a more common thing.
That's right.
Every day. So what would you say that a person or two people who met online, how can they deal with that if they want to be in a relationship? Imagine that they live like separated by an ocean. And they don't have the resources to visit them.
Right.
What can they do for that?
Well, that's a very, I think it's a very difficult situation to start off with, right? I mean, there are limitations that can unfortunately not be bridged. And if you think about, if I'm actually going to get over the ocean and meet the other person, then whatever your experience may be in the short term of a couple of weeks maybe together, or maybe even 1 week, depends on what your job allows, right? Maybe you don't get the full picture. Maybe also some of the things become more pronounced in the sense there might be a partner that is more favorable towards social media, another one that is less favorable. You might also talk about how you deal with conflict and what is the frequency in which you talk. How do you go about resolving it? That online is also quite difficult, and maybe what you see online would be different if you met that actual person, if you met the person in person, face to face. So I think that inevitably, if you want to get a good glimpse, you will need to see the person face to face to match the words with the actual actions, with the actual evidence, and actually by what does it look like to spend time together, because there might be couples that have a great interaction online because there's a higher degree of independence, but then you need to go towards an actual interdependence once you actually start living together.